call to order the Tuesday, December 9th, 2025 work session for the city of Tenino. I think most of what we have on the agenda is the budget and a couple amendments to just go over real quick before our meeting. So I don't, Nancy, you want to come up and help? We'll just discuss.
We're gonna go, okay.
Let's go over the just start with the budget. We'll just brief on. We just did a few minor changes, I think, since our last time. Nothing.
Yeah. So we have made a couple corrections that Elaine and Linda found in the budget and the budget book as far as typos and that sort of thing. We did change the budget amount for the interfund loan from $200,000 to $300,000, and I'll go over that here in a second. Sorry. So resolution 2025-08 interfund loan from sewer fund to the general fund for $300,000. At the end of 2024, the council approved an additional interfund loan in addition to the original one in the amount of $500,000 from certain funds to the general fund. That loan was never used. It was apparently not needed in 2024, but we are asking to approve this interfund loan for December 31st of 2025 to ensure that our ending balances and therefore the beginning balances for 2026 are appropriate. So any questions on that one? No. Okay. And then ordinance 937 is a transfer from the general fund to $25,000 to the quarry pool fund, and a transfer of $150,000 to the city street fund to bring those two funds to the proper amounts for the beginning of the year. Any questions there? No.
Can I briefly just say on the street fund, like we talked about at our finance committee meeting this morning, the reason our street fund kind of ended up being wonky in the negative a little bit there, when we estimated the beginning balances, I think we got pretty much all of them pretty close to correctly, but our street fund was way off of what we had it for beginning balance, so therefore
during 2025.
Yeah, so we kind of had a negative at the end of the year, that because we assumed the starting balance was going to be significantly more. I'm not sure how we missed that one, but
it happens. And then the third ordinance, of course, is going to be adopting the budget for 2026. And you have the amounts there. We'll read the ordinance during the regular meeting. Does anyone have any questions on this? On the regular budget, the amounts, the revenues and expenditures for all the funds? No?
I'll just add on that one, just that it looks like we're collecting a lot more revenue than we're spending. It's like $2 million if you look at those.
Right.
Those are all basically the sewer and water funds that are, our general funds are basically a little bit below.
It's about,
but it's not,
Yeah, we need to do some work next year to.
Yeah. So just to know that we don't have $2 million of surplus money we can spend on anything. That's our sewer and water funds that are collecting those. So
yeah,
it's a little deceiving if you don't look at it closely.
The sewer capital improvement fund and the sewer fund are the most significant difference.
They're dedicated funds.
Yeah, we can't just spend that on whatever. So that's why it looks like we have a lot more in revenues for next year than we do in expenditures, and we do overall. It's just where we can spend it is the question. And then you guys all should have a copy of the budget book, which includes the narrative, the proposed budget for next year, which you guys have seen 3 or 4 times by now, has the one thing I wanted to bring to your attention, because it is a resolution, but we don't need to pass it because it's been, it was passed in,
Like March.
January, March of 2025 is the fee schedule. Apparently it was updated. Resolution 2025-03 is in the main budget packet for the fee schedule update. And we will, I do have information that the fee schedule for the county is being updated in January, so that seems appropriate if we do it in March again, if we update ours if necessary. So we'll look at that after they update theirs. So if you have any questions, I know this is a lot of information, feel free to call me or email me during the week. Linda? During the week?
I'm not going to.
No more mistakes to be found.
No.
I think that's all I have on the, oh, there's one minor correction to our levy certification. The ordinance is still correct. So we don't have to worry about anything there. County contacted me yesterday morning, and there was an issue with one of the fields in the worksheet that we use. And I don't actually know who produces this worksheet, if the county does or Department of Revenue does. Anyway, there was a blank. And so our levy certification, we have about $1,800 more allowed than, and you have a copy of this, the one I signed,
We do.
in your
It's in the very back
packets.
of the, behind the
Yep.
budget.
You should have a copy of this in your packet. I can send you another copy
There it
if
is.
you like. So that number changed, well, actually it changed by about 5,500 because I did not add the administrative refund amount. That's also supposed to be added into the general levy amount. But then, other than that, there was also about an $1,800 increase. So our levy amount is $346,344.79. So that changed a little bit. So I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of that. If you have any questions on that, I'll try and find the answers for you. The levy worksheet is not my favorite thing.
Next year.
I think that's it for the ordinances and resolutions. What else did you want?
I didn't have a lot for the work session myself.
Oh, okay.
But if there's any more questions, I guess, unless
Yeah.
there's any other questions, that's kind of the,
Or suggestions, or,
I will just add that I think Nancy told me today, she's already got kind of a schedule out for next year to
I
kind
do.
of improve the process and get ahead of it just a little bit more than we did this year.
Well, I think we need to get ahead of it a lot more.
Well, a lot
We
more.
did.
well, we
So-
do.
You know,
But we've already kind of just started developing the schedule to
Right.
give us a little more
Yeah.
time. And I talked to her tonight to maybe have at least one, if not two, council work sessions before, just to talk about the budget.
The budget.
Before we really put it together, so we can get some more input from the council.
it would have to be on a Saturday because you've got two
So-
people at work.
Yeah, so we'll figure out how we can do that to kind of just give a little more input on.
You don't do your budget workshops on regular meetings? Or you
We
want to do
could
other-
do one on a regular meeting, but,
Sure.
yeah. I was
If
saying.
if we just ensured that was the only thing we
Kind
were
of the
doing.
only thing on the agenda for that meeting besides approving the vouchers. So
Yeah.
we'll work it out, but we're
Well, I
not
have
gonna,
the calendar starts in like March. So, there's some things that we should be looking at before we start our budget cycle each year. The financial policies, the employee handbook, the capital improvement plan. So those things we should all be doing March, April, June, so that they're finished and we know what we're doing going forward
and
for
we
the
can
budget.
incorporate that into the budget
Yeah.
as needed.
Yeah, so. Okay. And that's available if anybody, keep in mind, it's a draft, obviously, the calendar for the 2027 budget year, in 2026, but you got it, I'll give a copy to whoever wants it, so, and take suggestions, so. Any other questions? Did you want me to do the treasurer's report while I'm
Yeah.
up here?
So
or-
do it
You
now.
can, yeah, we can do
Okay.
that, and then we'll just do reports, I guess.
So I'm excited. What was the first business day of December, the 2nd?
I think so.
We completed the reconciliation before, I guess, about 2 o'clock on the 2nd. Yay. Everybody works on this. Everybody inputs information. Everybody helps me track down things if they don't match. So that
Major
was it.
improvement.
One day, less than a day this time. So we're getting there. You each have a treasurer's report and
We
a
do.
budget position, so if you have any questions on that.
Where's the treasurer's report at the end?
Yeah, is that my phone?
I don't know, it's not mine.
Not mine. Oh,
It's mine, my fault.
sorry.
It's all down.
I don't have a treasurer's report.
Should be at the bottom of the packet. You can have mine. No.
Treasurer's not-
No? There you go.
Thanks.
Treasurer's report. Oh, one on the floor, that's,
Is there one in here? Does
Oh, I
anybody
think
else
there
need
is
it?
one here.
and here's the
No, that's not, no, this is not,
budget position.
okay.
So if you have any questions on that, again, I'm here for questions now, or you can email me or call me during the week.
Getting Linda ahead of the night.
No, I'm just ignoring her.
Yeah.
So if nobody has any questions on that, I guess,
No,
okay.
We'll take a few minutes if you want to look at it. We'll
Yeah.
open it. We'll go into reports. Let's see, I got to get George's comments here someplace. Is everybody at a spot they want to go start reports?
I'm ready.
Okay. Okay, with reports, we got outside agencies, Chamber of Commerce, EDC, and study. I got a report from George. Chamber meeting is next Wednesday, December 17th at noon at the Sandstone Cafe. Thank you to the city staff for supporting the tree lighting. Study is next Friday, December 19th at 8 a.m. at the Ag Park. And the EDC, thank you to Mayor Watterson and Councilmember Godovac for attending the expo last week. Library's not here yet. Civil Service hasn't had any meeting. Finance Committee, we met today, so either of you want to speak to anything there?
I think we just did
Kind of just did that, yeah, what we talked about. Did you
whatever
have
we
anything
talked
you
about
want?
it here. Did you have anything to add about the finance meeting? I don't think so.
So, yeah, basically talked about the same things we talked about tonight. Planning Commission,
Yeah, Adam says no.
nothing. Yeah, it looks like they're on the agenda for, next agenda is some work on floodplain issues. I think we just got something from Melissa, so,
Now, can Adam stay on that?
no, this next one will be your last one, right? We have one, just for your information, we have one person already has applied to be on the planning commissions. So I figured we'd wait, and we should advertise it, even though we have somebody interested, we should put it out there in case anybody
Well,
else wants
yeah.
to. So we'll get that out, a notice of vacancy for planning commission, let that be out there for a bit and try to get it very close to the first of the year, get that filled. Public Safety Committee,
Okay.
nothing. Public Works Committee, Did you meet with Troy?
Public Works. Basically, he said that they were doing catch-up work and house cleaning and clearing drains, and he bought 300 sandbags, and they filled up 40 today for anybody who might. They do get some flooding, he says, a lot of times down on Houston Street, and those people are welcome to those bags, and they'll
It was
either
a couple years ago, it flooded on Park too, remember?
Yeah. We had quite a flood down here on Sussex, down right by the store when I came home last night, when it
Was
rained
it?
really hard. It was pretty
Down there?
significant, yeah.
So that was about all that he had. He says they're just like cleaning up all the storerooms and reorganizing after the busy summer and fall that they were doing. That's pretty much it for that.
Chief of Police, he was not here at our meeting today, family emergency, so I don't really have anything from the police department. I do know they're still working on the grant process to get that all put in place. So hopefully we'll get an update on that and get that moving along. Public Works, basically didn't say anything besides what we just got the report from Elaine on. Park Specialist, we did meet with Chamber and George Sharp today to talk about the lodging tax that we apply for every year. Typically, they've applied for Oregon Trail Days, is where they got part of their funding. They're going to add, I'm forgetting now what, the city was going to also apply for something, and I guess it's kind of a complicated process from what Jessica says, how you justify getting any money from the lodging tax, so that EDC is just gonna help us and put that as part of their proposal, and I'm drawing a blank right this second what it was for. It was a smaller amount of money, but I think it was like $1,500 we were gonna ask for something, so they're just gonna include that on their.
So you know, the Christmas auction that we had last Friday, that money goes to
Yeah,
that goes for Oregon Trail Days. That's how we use the park 501c3, and then we made $8,800, more than we've ever made.
yeah, I heard that's yeah.
It
Oh,
was
there
good.
she is.
Jessica.
Hey, we were just talking, we were just on the park. Do you want to say anything? I know you're just walking in the door, but yeah. I told them about our meeting a little bit with the EDC and the chamber, but I couldn't remember what they were going to apply for on our behalf. I told them about but if you want to do whatever you want to
Lodging
do.
tax,
Yeah, the lodging tax.
yeah. So we were just talking about perhaps getting on the same page and working as a team for the lodging tax grant. It's one we haven't been super successful with getting good amounts, but George is really good at the lodging tax grant, so hopefully he'll help support some of the things that we are already doing, like Family Fun Day, and of course Oregon Trail Days is part of that, and then possibly some other projects that we work on together.
So hopefully, yeah, we'll take advantage of that money, hopefully. Keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We appreciate them helping us. I was telling them it's kind of a different process.
It's different. It's very different. Every event they want like a head count of all the people who came to your event, and then where they came from, and just a lot of specific statistics that I find difficult for us when we don't charge admission to anything, so you don't actually get a literal head count. So sometimes you can rely on like Experience Olympia and Beyond, do like a virtual fence that people are going in and out. Anyway, it's just heavy reporting requirements, and George seems to be good at it, and they like his answers, so I say go for it. Yeah.
Did you have anything else you wanted to update?
Oh, okay. Well, while I'm here, I can say that on December 13th is Christmas at the museum, and we're going to have a Santa there, and then, well, I guess I can't, it's just Santa. I can't say he's anybody other than Santa. We'll be there, and then we're going to have some refreshments and kids' crafts, and the museum is all decorated with, and we have Christmas music, and it smells like festive in there and all that. So that's always fun. There'll be a scavenger hunt for the kids, and it's just, you know, we have a lot of great old-fashioned decorations, and this gets people in the door to check it out. So I invite you all to come. It's a nice Christmas activity. And then we've got a few RCO grants that you've probably heard a bit about, but I thought I would just kind of give an update on where those are at right now. So the COF grant is the ball field grant, and we had hoped to get going on that this last summer, but we had to go through cultural resources, which turned out to be an 11-month ordeal. So it's not something that you call an archaeologist, and then you got to get on their schedule, and then they come and they dig holes, and they wanted an extra long report on our entire park, and it was a thing that took about, they turned in their report to RCO July 1st, and then it took until late October for RCO to give approval. So, and that has to go through the Department of Archaeological and Historical Preservation, and it's a really cumbersome process. But anytime you're gonna dig a hole with state money, you have to go through this process. And it's as simple as that, one hole. And you're gonna put in a fence post, you gotta go through this, what turned out to be for us an 11-month review.
And thousands of dollars cost, doesn't it?
Oh, I don't even wanna get into how much it cost, the grant paid for it, so.
How long is that report gonna be good for? Because didn't we have to do one back in the late 90s over by the other end of the park to redo that whole field?
Maybe, but the law that causes us to have to do this was signed in by Inslee not
Yeah,
that
so
many
it's-
years ago.
Yeah.
Every project, you have to redo it, doesn't matter how
Yeah.
long it's been since the last one.
Yeah, and it can be like once an area is charted and it's registered with the Department of Archaeological and Historical Preservation, it shouldn't have to be reviewed again if it's all done properly the first time. Now, I called archaeologists in the beginning, and I actually had a hard time finding one who would come here. These people come out of Portland. And I said, can you just do our whole park? And they're like,
They wouldn't want to do that. They couldn't.
you don't have enough money for that. So that was not a thing. And then, so I also have been going through this, but okay, the good news with the COF, I should stick to that one first, is we now have permission to proceed. The bad news is the grant is supposed to expire in June. It is now the rainy season, so it's a really bad time to go out there and dig up a field. And it wouldn't be ready in time for the baseball season, and we want it to be ready for the kids. And so we're gonna just wait until, we're gonna do some things that we can, some of the hardscaping, some of the accessibility, some asphalt work possibly if the weather turns. We can do that now, but the fields we're gonna leave untouched until after baseball season. And then we'll file for an extension on the grant, and that should be fine because they understand what our situation is. They've been here along with us on it. It's not any fault of our own. And then we'll be digging that all out and putting in a drainage system, textile fabric, special dirt, all the whole 9 yards to make this like a really functional field that won't flood or have any drainage issues anymore. And it's gonna also be new dugouts, new fence, new foul posts, new bleachers, new batting cages, or warm-up cages, all of those things. So it's going to be a really fantastic project, and theoretically we'll be able to, somebody could be wheeled down there in a wheelchair, and it's not going to be all
Well,
gravel.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
We live pretty soon.
or yeah. So that's still going to happen. It's just not on the timeline that we originally hoped for. So then is the YAF grant, and that is the half-court, I'm going over my time.
Very good.
That's okay, we've got lots of time.
Okay. The half-court basketball, pickleball court. And that one we are halfway through cultural resources, and that the archaeological team has finished their part. and turned it into RCO, so now we just have to wait for RCO to come back and say, you guys are good to go. And I think that project, you know, I have to consult with Troy and everything on it, but I think that that's a project we could get going on sooner. So we may finish that one before we even really get
Now,
fully
where
going.
exactly over there is that gonna be?
That is gonna be right behind the playground pump track. So there's,
Oh, okay, okay,
and there's an
close to the
area
trail.
there where we actually had leveled some of it and gravelled it.
okay.
We're gonna level it a little more to make it a bigger space. And then this is gonna have a chain link fence around it so stray basketballs aren't flying all over the place. And the court is like a overlay that has the lines for both sports. And then the net is gonna be on wheels so you can pull it out and set up for pickleball or just push that off to the side and play basketball.
Great.
So that's going to be a fun thing. And then lastly, we have the WWRP Local Parks Grant. And that one is going to be a longer timeline because it's just far more complicated. RCO has streamlined grants and made the process easier, believe it or not, even with that COF. That is easier than WWRP has a lot more steps that we have to go through. So right now, I was just working with a real estate agent to get it appraised. And that is the grant that I had to do a whole new park plan, master park plan to get that grant. So this grant has just got a lot more, it's just a weightier system for getting it. And anyway, it's probably going to start in late 2026, early 2027. So it's a little further out, and that is going to redo the parking lot and the old park, and it's going to work on trails up in the Norseman Timber Company, which some volunteers have been up there and have started on some of those before we knew we were going to get the grant. So there is some work that's been done, but this will make the trails more fabulous.
Better access. And,
Better access, level them, keep them materials down so it's not muddy, signage, kiosk with trail maps, like the whole 9 yards, better parking. Yeah, so,
I love it.
yeah, it'll be
And,
great.
and
Good
part of
job,
that grant,
Jessica.
she mentioned it, but we have to get a appraisal of that property, even though we've kind of had just a realtor, I think, give us an
Yeah.
idea of the
This
work,
has to
but
be a
we have
commercial
to do a
appraisal.
commercial evaluation.
And we
as
may
part of
have to
this.
subdivide the property too, because we want to use half the property for a match on this grant. This would be phase 1. We would be eligible to reapply for phase 2 and use the other half of the property for the other match. So I think right now, I didn't bring the numbers with me, but the grant is $500,000. The match is something like $335,000 in the value of the land. So we'll see what the appraisal comes back as. If it's a large enough amount, we'll cut the property in half and use that half for this project, and then we can reapply. But we already have to be thinking about reapplying because that starts just in 2026 here pretty soon. So,
Okay.
Couple questions.
sure.
First, the hotel tax. Do I understand, we don't have hotels yet, right? So
Right.
because we bring in tourists, we actually get a cut of other hotels.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the problems I've always had with that grant is that's one of their arguments. Well, Tenino doesn't actually generate any of this money, and so they were always reluctant to give the amounts that you were asking for. But I think they're starting to see the value of having activities going on throughout the county. People can be staying in Olympia and drive down here for
And-
various
yeah,
things.
exactly.
So people do come to events, they do stay in the Thurston County hotels.
A lot of them
So,
stay in Grand Mound, and
Mhm.
that's Thurston County.
yeah.
Interesting. Do we have an update on what the stone carvers are doing out there with their project?
So I did meet with Thurston County Public Works to talk about access to their property, because you're talking about the little triangle property.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was a very interesting meeting. So they have Bob Droll, he's a landscape architect. He pro bono did a kind of a rendering of what the property would look like. And myself, at the same time as the Public Works people in Thurston County, got to see these plans. So we'll work through some of the issues that I saw with the plan, but I think the bottom line is Thurston County wants to give access to that property, but some of the retaining walls that he wants to put in are too close to the, it's rail banked. So yes, Thurston County owns that rail line through there until the railroad decides they want it back, and then they have to give it back to the railroad. So it's rail banking, and so long as it's rail banked, Thurston County gets very nervous about anything, giving permission to build anything too close to the property line that might have to be taken out later at our expense, or their expense, or whoever built it, it's at their expense. So there was a lot of discussions about that, but they did say putting a road through there is fine. Roads are okay, built structures are not okay. So we just have to make sure that anything that's built is far enough back from and on the Stonecarver's own property. But that was the big question, is can we get a road through there that is on Thurston County property and not cutting through our park in any, on our property?
And you're telling us that looks like that will,
Yeah, it sounds like it's gonna happen.
good, good.
So, fingers crossed.
That'd be another gem for the park there, is to have that little bit of cultural
Yeah,
heritage tourism there, right, and you know, another reason to come to Tenino and
yeah.
take classes and all the rest
It's
of
very
that.
exciting, and it does fit in with the museum grounds and all the things that are existing there already, so. And then, yes, so it's still gonna be a long time, because the plans that Bob came up with are expensive, so.
All right, thank you.
And I think just to add a little bit to that one, they still have been interested in annex that property is in an urban growth area, but it's not in the city at this point. They voiced some wishes to get annexed into the city.
The
but,
Stonecarvers did?
Yeah, I don't know if they're still interested in that, but when they originally started looking at that, so if they still want to pursue that, it'll be next year. We have several areas that we need to look at annexing into the city that are in the urban growth area, and then also in our park, part of that area isn't even in our urban growth area,
Yeah.
so we're gonna have to work with the county to, when we decide how we want to proceed, we'll have to work with the county to get those changes made.
Yeah, with the Norseman addition, half the park practically is not in city limits anymore, so we'd like to
Yeah,
fix that.
so we'll see. Any other questions for Jessica? That was quite the park
Good job.
report, yeah.
Very good, thank you. Look at that.
Nancy, did you have any additions on anything you wanted to add for the clerk treasurer?
No, I don't, oh, yeah, I guess a couple things.
Just fill us in on the day-to-day stuff besides the budget.
Well, the audit is over.
Yeah.
We have an exit interview this Friday. There won't be any findings for 2024, so that's good. We will have a management letter, which is a level down from a finding, not quite as serious. Definitely something that we need to fix before next year, and I don't recall exactly. Oh, I think it had to do with our OPEB, because I reported that before I knew that our last left one previous employee had passed away, so we don't have a liability for that anymore. And if you want more information on exactly what that is, just shoot me an email
Yeah.
and I'll write it out for you.
And I don't think it's public information technically until we have our exit interview, right? Or they
Well,
report it. I mean, it's not
yeah.
anything that's super secret, but,
No, it's not, no.
yeah. So it'll be on the auditor's website when they get, I think they publish all the findings on their
Yeah.
website, so,
Yeah,
for the public.
and we'll have a few recommendations for other things. They have approved all the corrections we're making from the past years, so things are looking good. What else?
Can I just add a little bit to that?
Yeah,
Just
sure,
brag,
of
I guess,
course.
brag a little bit. I mean, we went from, I don't know how many pages of findings from the last report before this one to one
Well,
management letter, so
yeah,
I think we made great improvements on our financial systems, and they even noted in there a lot of the things that they had dinged us for before that had been corrected in what I saw. So we've made I think a lot of progress on
Yeah.
our financial stuff, and so I'm very happy with Nancy and all our staff that's helped get us there, because that was a big one.
yeah, yeah, so, but, I mean, I've worked with the state auditors for years and years, so I kind of understand what they're looking for and what they want, so.
Well, congratulations. That's a remarkable turnaround of the city's financial accounting.
Yeah, it's not, I think, for '24, because I wasn't here for '24, just to submit the annual reports for the year. I think it's as much knowing the information they want and be able to find the documentation that the state auditor's office wants when they're auditing us, and being responsive to their requests. That helps a lot. So, and as I said, I've worked with them quite a bit before, so, you know, it was probably easier for me than maybe some people in the past to talk to them and get them the information that they wanted, so.
Well, I think the congratulations still stands, however you choose to slice that. Thank you.
Well, we all worked
That's
on
all
it, so,
everybody had.
thanks.
I mean, it's going to be a huge time saver. We finally are out of the audit for next year. I don't think we have another audit until 2027, if I read right, will be the next time they come in. Is
I'll
that,
have to look, no, we'll have an audit next year for '25.
well, for 25, but I thought it was, well, when I read it, I thought it said they'd do it in 27, but maybe not.
I think we'll have an audit next
Okay.
year, yeah, but maybe not.
Should we have
Thought
to
I
do
saw
kind of-
somebody coming in.
If there's no significant findings on the 25, it'll be another, we'll go back to a 2-year cycle.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
years,
hopefully
that,
we'll, yeah.
I wasn't gonna mention it, but since we have so much time, our IRS saga continues. Last month, we received 2 more letters saying, hi.
Come on, Lynn, sit down.
Wait, we're not. We received 2 more letters saying we owed money, and, you know, with all the normal threats from the IRS. And then this week, I guess last week, we received 2 letters and a check. 2 letters saying that we had 2 different credit amounts and a check for one of them, which we have not cashed, until we have time to research it further. I just can't keep up with,
But you did notice that they sent a check for the least or least.
little
or
tiny
less
one.
amount. Yeah,
yes, they
sent
did.
it.
They did not
didn't
send
send
us
the
a
big
check
one.
for the $12,000 credit.
No,
They sent us
it's the
the one for the
$1,200.
$1,200 credit, yeah. So I thought that was kind of amusing. We're not quite sure what to make yet, so we'll work on that. I don't think there's anything else new
Nothing
that
else.
I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything at the moment, so that's it.
Okay, mayor's report. I go back, I met with the new port commissioner, Joel Hansen. He is going to be our new representative down here, so he came down, we just talked about what's going on in Tenino. He's very interested in supporting projects in the South County that he says his #1 thing is jobs, jobs, jobs. So we'll have a good advocate for us on the port after the first of the year. He's a good guy. I've known him for quite a few years in another capacity, so he'll be a great advocate for us. So very happy to work with
He went
him.
around to the businesses too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
looking through my, the charger program that we just added the chargers in the parking lot. We still had some money left over, but our original location over at we didn't have enough money to add another one there because of the need for a transformer upgrade. So we were just kind of trying to think of where we could put another one. And so we thought about the school district. We double checked with the grants because I thought it had to be on city property, but it just has to be within the city limits.
Oh.
There are a couple, I see routinely a couple electric cars over there, and so we're working with the school district to see if we can set up it'd be basically a two-post charger at the school district very near the district office there. So I'm gonna work with PSE and try to get that installed there. Hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed that the electrical upgrade won't be too expensive.
Are you planning to do that on the old 99 parking lot or the back parking lot?
It's the parking lot right off of Old 99. It's right, the big parking area right
By the
behind it.
elementary school.
Yeah,
By the elementary school.
there's a transformer right there in the parking lot, so we're
Oh, how
hoping that
convenient.
that will be enough to do it's not a high power need there, so hopefully the transformer that's there can service that without any upgrades, because it's very expensive to upgrade the transformer.
Yes, it is.
So that would be great if we can get that there, good for the school district and us. Let's see. We, on Wednesday and Thursday, December 3rd and 4th, we went to the EDC conference. The first day was kind of the future of rural cities conference. It was actually pretty good, a lot of good ideas about how rural small cities especially can thrive. I think we talked more about our Ag Park project than anything at that meeting. It came up several times, the work we did and how we collaborated with the EDC, federal government, state government, private businesses to do that. I think
That's what it takes.
there was many, I think many people that were, thought that was a great thing. So we really shined at that one. And then the second day was just an overall conference for everybody about kind of economic forecasts for Thurston County in
And it's a
general.
lot of networking.
And a lot of
Dave and I
networking,
were
yeah.
both there, and it's a lot of networking, and
Yeah.
you get a lot of good information from
Yeah.
different people. We
Yeah.
had a lot stopped by the steady table, that I was manning the steady table. A lot of them that I gave out information to, so.
So yeah, there was economists there just talking about what they expect for the next, so
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
about his third time being there. He's good too, he's funny.
yeah. What else? I think that is, today was a busy meeting day. We had our staff meeting this morning, budget meeting right after that. We met about, I think I mentioned this before, there's a proposed large battery project
Yeah.
at the mine itself, up on the mine property up there. It's a big one.
What mine property?
The mine property for TransAlta.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did want to put it down off of Sergeant Boulevard.
That's a different one, yeah, that was a different process. Anyway, these people are trying to get out in front and make sure everybody's informed, especially the fire department, because there's always a lot of concern, what would happen if there's a fire. This is pretty remote, it's not near anything, so I think it's a little bit different than the Rochester
But are
project.
there
where they were-
homes and things around it?
Yeah.
That's the thing. If
So-
people's insurance will go up so much with something like that around them.
Yeah, so anyway, that went well, and it's pretty timely. They're just starting to put in there with the county permits, asking for permits, so there's a lengthy process to get something like that approved, so it'll be months before they even know if they're gonna get approval to do it, but it's a pretty significant process, and it's with PSE, so what would happen, this battery storage would go in, and PSE would buy from, I think it's Bright, I forget the name of the company, but they would buy that storage if they needed it during times of high demand. So anyway, that was a good discussion. They're going to also, I think they're down at Bucota because it's pretty close to Bucota, so I think they're asking for support from them. I talked about already, we met with Cheryl and George about the lodging tax, so we did that, and Jessica was there. And that is kind of it. My son's graduating from EMT school tonight, so I'm very, very proud of him.
Tonight?
Tonight, yeah.
Oh, you're
I
here.
told him yeah, but he's good. He's kind of a shy guy anyway, so if nobody's there to recognize him, he's okay. The less people that are there, so my wife's there, so anyway.
Another firefighter in the family,
He's
carrying on the
trying,
tradition?
yeah, EMT is a big one. That's a pretty lengthy. It was 4 or 5 months, I think, the class was, twice a week and all day on weekend, one of the weekend days. So it's a pretty tough class, and yeah, proud of them for getting through that. So that's kind of my report. Liaisons, we got 15 minutes. Be that, anything?
No.
Solid Waste Advisory.
At the solid waste meeting, I approved a solid waste work plan for 2026. There's no meeting in January because it falls on a holiday. The Recycle Reform Act, it's an 80-page law. The Department of Ecology has 4 years to fully implement that. And they had somebody from Department of Ecology there explaining part of that. The manufacturers of products are partially responsible for the recycle, and that's due to the packaging that they use. And they have 2,800 producers participating in the upcoming recycle plan, which was pretty good for Washington. And all aspects of the recycling must show proof to the state that recycling is actually being done. They have a rate increase that is coming, 10% rate increase for the Rochester drop box, 12% for the Rainier drop box, and 3% for the Hazel House. Any small business can get a break though for solid waste. The acceptance of the compactor that has been installed will not come until they have fixed all the hydraulic leaks. The expected life expectancy of a compactor is 15 years. And in 2027, they will start the process of a reconfiguration out of the work, and then it will require another compactor, which will expand the life of the compactor they have now. Instead of just using one, they'll have 2 to use, so it'll expand the life quite a bit. And that's all I have for that.
Okay, any questions? Tenino School Board, TRPC and TPB.
TPB tomorrow morning. The TRPC was Friday. The profile is out, and every year we go through this little game of who knows what's in the profile type deal. We also had a presentation by the port letting us know what they're doing, what their plans are, and all that kind of stuff, and that took up pretty much most of it. There's several people that were recognized for their longevity. For example, Paul Brewster, he's been there 25 years.
It's hard to believe.
Long time.
Yeah.
He doesn't even look like he's old enough to be there
I know.
25 years.
That's it.
Okay. I don't have anything from the commissioner's office. I think they've just been getting their budget finalized, so I'm sure that was a big thing for them. Legislature?
Well, I might have something the second meeting in January. You don't want the first one, because that's the
Start
day
first, yeah.
after we start, so.
Okay, we got 10 minutes and we'll start our regular meeting.
Thank you.
Yep.
Can't tell if they're kids or puppies.
It is kids and puppies.
I forgot to add the presentation, this school, middle school, wanted to do a little presentation on the banner project, so I'm going to add her to the agenda.
How long is it gonna take her?
Just a short thing.
Doesn't she wanna do it right now?
Well, we could, you want to do it right now? We got 10 minutes, is that enough time, or you can go?
Good job.
Yeah, just come on up.
And say who you are.
Okay. Good evening. I'm Misty Dell. I'm a paraeducator at Tenino Middle School and the chair of our community and parent engagement program. Recently, our committee has gotten together and we're trying to come up with ways to involve our community in with our schools. And we're looking to producing some banners, and we're looking to see if we can hang them around Tenino to thank our parents and our community for supporting our school districts and everything that they allow us to do. And we made one for Camp Cispus, because that is no longer funded, I believe, by this state anymore. So we had some sponsors and stuff, and so we'd like to make a banner just to kind of show our community, like, we see you, we hear you, and we appreciate everything you guys do for us. But we weren't sure, like, if we needed permission on where to hang those, what sizes we could do, and how long we could leave them out for.
Do you want, what were you thinking of putting them like up on our streets or that size type
on
of
the
banner?
street-
Or
Well, they're kind of long, so we were thinking like a 4x2. So somewhere where they would fit. I know a couple of people that have businesses here that would probably allow us to hang them there, but I wasn't sure what the requirements were.
Okay. We can look into it, and I'll get back with you,
Okay,
just to see if you want to do a street one, especially that would be something that goes through the city. If you want to do something with a private business, that's, that's with them, but I will look into, make sure we follow all our rules, so we don't
Okay,
get in
perfect.
trouble. Yeah, I don't want you or me to get in trouble, so.
Yeah, I definitely don't want
These
to.
are some examples.
These are the ones that we're going to be printing. The first two are in support of the middle school, and the last one is for Camp Cispus to put out there.
So what'd you say, they're gonna be 4x8 approximately?
4x2, so 4 feet by 2.
2 feet high?
Yeah.
Okay. So smaller. Okay, I will definitely get, just make sure we're doing everything correctly and get back to you
Okay.
very
Perfect.
soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a timeline? You think you want to do this, or?
We're hoping by the middle of January,
Okay.
just so we can get them out before voting and stuff. So we, put it out there, like, this is what you're doing. You're helping our students, so.
And do you know how long you wanted to keep them up there? Just, did you have,
So Rand and I were thinking maybe until voting was over.
okay,
So
Tell what was over.
I believe it's in February.
February, whatever, election's coming up in February, or special,
The
whatever.
levy, you mean for the school?
Yes.
School
Yeah.
district levy.
Yeah.
Okay, I will definitely get back to you, make a note that I just need to figure out exactly how we go about that, so,
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Have a good night.
You too.
Drive safe. Thank you.
Yeah, don't drown. I always think we're gonna have tons of time to wait when we start these work sessions, but it always ends up being
Well, it's because we do, because we,
More, yeah, all
well,
reports
we
and
do
everything.
most of the meeting.
Yeah.
When we do all the reports, then the meeting takes less time, so.
fun.
Right under the heater.
Yeah.
Are you guys warming up, Bill?
I'm fine, yeah, myself.
And
Anybody
hi,
else
Jared.
hot or warm, too warm, or?
I can't tell when it's but I'm hot.
I was gonna say,
You were sitting right underneath it, blowing underneath it. Go outside for a minute.
well, direct it to a different,
Probably match my shirt.
kind of,
Yeah.
do you have it blowing down on you?
Every time I try to adjust it, I still feel it.
Oh.
It only goes two.
Doesn't never go, yeah.
Yeah, I can't get it to. AC, I can get it to go that way, but the heat, it won't. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Mine's like that at home too.
Since we're just hanging out here, I just got a note from Jody that they're putting in insulation on the 16th, so I think that was one of the last steps they had to
Yeah, I
do for
think
the
so.
food warehouse, so they're getting very close to getting things done down there.
yay.
That's good.
That'll be a good one for them there. They were trying to get in there by the end of the year. I don't know if they'll quite make it, but it's close, it'll be close.
He's gone. Somebody else did it. Watch the puppy now, the puppy goes, points at him. It's flowers, it looks like flower, oh my God, I can't believe it.
It's weird though. So it prints like that online, it shows it. And then. Oh, yeah.
Tonight on the news, I turned the news on just that semi that went flying off of that overpass in California.
Oh, really? Oh, my God.
Did they show it?
Yeah, they caught it, some girl caught it
On her phone?
no, she caught it on her dash cam.
Oh,
She had a dash cam on.
oh my God.
In Vallejo, California, and he just came off.
Section's a little different. So that's one way things that they're
And
going
I'm
to
just
if they
like,
don't
oh
mention
my
part of that, especially like reports, it'll duplicate it. So then you guys will end up with
I
a
said, don't
million
touch it.
miles of minutes.
I love these things.
Yeah, those are funny.
He told me that's what he can figure out a better spot.
He put his foot on the car.
Don't touch it, is that what she's saying?
Yeah, don't touch it.
Whenever you need a laugh, they're always good
Go
for a
some
laugh.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
My great grandson.
It does get you when you see those little kids, even
Oh,
any of them
they're
where
so
they're just
cute.
giggling.
Well, the
and-
one that I just showed her, they're a puppy and this little baby was sitting there covered with flour.
Got a couple minutes.
And pretty soon,
Me?
No, Jessica Reeves Rush is running downstairs. We have a card for everyone to sign. Thank you for the guys that volunteer and put up the Christmas decorations.
oh, what a good idea.
Wrote a little
We
letter.
forgot to bring them upstairs.
I know, I had to move it earlier because we needed the counter.
I haven't signed it yet either.
Anyway, the puppy and the little baby are covered in flour and the baby's like pointing at the dog. He did it, and the dog goes,
Points back
the
at
baby, the
That's
baby.
funny.
I just love them.
There's some good ones, yeah.
Yeah, I just think they're so cute.
I like the ones where they're just giggling and giggling
Yeah.
and they do something and they just laugh.
Yeah.
It's just something about a baby giggle that gets you.
My great grandson, who's gonna be 3 in January, and my daughter was putting up all the Christmas decorations, and she has a Santa Claus, and he moves, but he moves very slowly. He
Mhm.
doesn't move forward, he just
Sounds
like
like me.
dances.
Sways back and forth. Kind of like,
He
yeah.
throws up his hands and says, no, 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 and backs it clear across.
Oh, he didn't
the
like
room.
it, huh?
Oh, no, he did not like it at all, and I said, it doesn't
Thank
even
you,
sing.
Jessica.
I'll send this one down because I've already signed that one.
That's for the one that's right.
Yeah.
And one's for the,
One's for the garden club, and
Garden
one's for the
club.
volunteer, yeah, the volunteers who put up the decorations.
we both have made things very pretty around here.
For the last couple of weeks, I've had nothing but
know, that garden club is now under the chambers.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we support them. We're the ones that provide the money for them to do what they do.
You can.
I do. Oops, sorry. I just threw it at you.
I'm just gonna leave this here. I guess if they wanna read it, they can.
Oh, just this green letter.
I don't know
Just let me see that.
where I did. This is for the garden.
I just brought it in case you noticed. You can reprint it if I got it too wet.
No, I think it's okay. It'll dry out fine, I think. Whoops, it's 7:30. Went by quick. I will call to order the regular meeting of Tenino City Council for December 9th, 2025. You can stand for the flag salute, please. John, it's your last meeting. Would you lead us in the flag salute?
Yes, I will. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
I wonder how many times I'm going to call somebody John when I'm sorry, I wonder how many times I'm going to call somebody John at the start of the next year.
I don't know. I hope Diane doesn't answer you.
Yeah. Okay, we have to approve the agenda. I will make note that we had a request to add new business number 7, talking about the Centralia Chronicle. It's been added on there.
Also, new business.
We cannot, we can't add anything like that.
We can add
to
it. We
this.
can add anything to the agenda we want to, but
Agenda's not approved yet, we can still add it.
we can add it, yeah.
The discussion on the next meeting.
Is there a motion to
So-
approve the agenda, or,
Well, the,
sorry, I couldn't hear what he said, but
for the next meeting.
you want to put it on the next meeting? Is that what you said?
No.
The next meeting being canceled.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We need to add to the, I got that on the, on there too, yeah, under new business number 8. Okay, so canceling the 12/23 meeting as number 8 on new business.
You're canceling that one, you said?
12/23 is the second meeting in December. We're not going to have a meeting that day, so we
Oh,
have to, we
correct.
have to approve.
Yes.
Thanks to John reminding me we needed to do that.
Right. So, I so move to accept the agenda,
Amended agenda.
amended agenda.
It's been a motion made to accept the amended agenda. Is there a second?
Somebody does a second and we can go home.
Yeah.
I second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion?
I don't believe that anything having to do with the Chronicle ad needs to be brought up at this meeting. I think it can wait until at that meeting, first meeting in January.
Well, the information in the Chronicle is Mr. Lawton's knowledge, and there's information about that the city needs, and I believe we should discuss it while Mr. Lawton is still on the council.
What kind of information?
I will present.
I mean, if you want to bring it up a month later, go for it.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion passes. Thank you. Approval of the minutes. We have minutes from Tuesday, November 25th, 2025.
Move approval. Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from November 25th, 2025. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Excuse me, thank you.
Linda, you go ahead and make the next motion. This is
Oh,
my last
I
meeting,
don't.
I keep my mouth shut.
No, you make them. I can make them next month.
Next is the consent calendar. We have consent calendar for November 26th through December 9th, consisting of, let me make sure I got the official paper here so I read it right.
Here, it's on the agenda.
Here it is. I got it. I just want to make sure it's the same as what's written here. Payroll EFTs in the amount of $68,296.21. Claims checks number 33753 through 33783 in the amount of $28,070.12 for a total of $96,366.33, and no liquor or cannabis license renewals.
Second.
What? Got one more thing. Treasurer's report is included in we included the treasurer's report this time in the consent calendar, so that's included as part of the.
Okay.
Okay.
Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the consent calendar as presented. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, next is public comments. Does anybody have any public comment? Public hearing. We've had 2 public hearings on this, but we did make some changes, and I think we were a little confused whether we needed a third one. So we did publish this as a public meeting, so we're going to go through the public meeting process, and there's nobody here going to comment, but we'll go through the public hearing process, and then we can vote on it after that. I thought I had these in order, but obviously I didn't. Here it is. This public hearing procedure. This public hearing is for public input and discussion of the 2026 budget reading. This public hearing will proceed in an orderly fashion, and I would like to ask your cooperation in the following procedure. Everyone present will be given an opportunity to be heard. The clerk will be recording what is said. Therefore, when you address the council, please begin by stating your name and address. Before hearing from the audience, I'm going to introduce Nancy Reddick to present information about this project, which we've already done, but let's follow the process and just do a quick summary of the budget. Basically what you did during the work session. Yeah.
Well, we need to read it, don't we?
Yeah, we'll read it, yep, after when we vote on it.
Oh, okay. So this is the budget for January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. We went over the revenues and expenditures. If you also attached are the salary schedule, org structure, and fee schedule for the 2026 year. I didn't think anybody had any questions on that earlier. Are there any questions now about the amounts or the?
Out of line, can't ask.
Oh,
It's just a hearing.
Yeah.
It's not discussion.
oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Yep, so anyway, we'll go on from there. If that's, yeah, I think that's a good enough description since.
Oh, okay.
So at this time, the floor is open for comments from the audience. In fairness to all in attendance, each person will be given an opportunity to address the council for an initial period not to exceed 3 minutes. If more time is needed, it will be made available after everyone has had a chance to speak. I'm requesting the council members to hold their questions of the public until everyone is done. Anybody want to speak on the budget? Are there any in the audience who would like to add additional or non-repetitive information? Council members, do you have any questions of the audience or staff? So if you have any questions, here's your chance for staff. Okay, the public testimony for this hearing is now closed.
Go ahead, Linda.
Oh, John, you do it.
Okay. There we go. I'm gonna get this one right this time. Recommended action, it's a move to accept the second reading and a motion to adopt ordinance 938, 2026 budget. Move
Second.
approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? You want me to read the title and the first and last?
Yeah.
First paragraph, last line.
Okay. This is an ordinance of the City of Tenino, Washington, adopting the budget for the fiscal year, January 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. Whereas the Council of the City of Tenino, Washington held public hearings on November 11th and November 25th for the purpose of determining the ad valorem tax to be levied in 2026.
Last line.
Adopted by the City Council of the City of Tenino and approved by the mayor at the regularly scheduled open public meeting thereof this 9th day of December 2025. Is there any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you to our staff and council. This was a learning process for us this year, so we will keep improving on those. Nothing under old business. New business, we have a presentation on letter to Centralia Chronicle of November 5th. It was asked for by Councilmember Eisel. Jeff, would you like to?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This was a letter to the editor, Mr. Lawton wrote about a month ago, and I wasn't aware of it until we had our presentation by Mr. Dave Champagne about how the effects of council members and other elected officials, the mayor, affect the perception of people who may be considering doing business in the city or just the general tone of our city. So I went and I read it, and I was concerned and surprised. To summarize it, it's generally an impassioned denouncement of the mayor by Mr. Lawton, which is well and good. That's certainly his right.
He still has a title.
Did I say councilman?
No, you said Mr.
Certainly. By Councilman Lawton, and as I say, that's his right, and pretty much involved the culture wars between liberals and conservatives, and I choose not to get into that. However, in the start of the meeting, or the start of his letter, the preamble, he makes a number of declarative statements regarding the performance of the mayor in office. What Councilman Lawton chooses to say to the mayor's politics is, as I say, his business, and that's fine. But the information that he's alluding to here is the public's business. And I was surprised to read it because this is the first time these issues have been brought forward by Councilman Lawton. My opinion is these should have been presented first in the council, and any public comment to newspapers or otherwise could certainly follow afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and read this so everyone knows what we're talking about. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because the information that I'm concerned about is in the first part of this. It goes, I've reached my breaking point. After 8 years serving in the Tenino City Council, I've seen our community through challenges and triumphs, but never have I witnessed such dysfunction, lack of transparency, poor process, disrespect, and lack of leadership as we're seeing today under Mayor Dave Watterson. Our city is adrift. We are mere weeks from the end of 2025, and Tenino still hasn't begun the months-long process required to adopt a budget. The mayor is nowhere to be found when it comes to doing the hard work of governance. And then it goes on, as I say, with his opinion on the mayor's public presentation of his opinions. We've just gone through, we're experiencing the aftermath of having a mayor that pretty much does everything that you've said. And it is so important for Tenino that we do not have another such ruinous mayor. At this point, after 2 years, observing Mayor Watterson as he goes through doing his duties, I'm surprised to hear that these charges are being made by a council member. Again, I'm surprised that this is the first time we've heard of it. My opinion on performance issues is that you identify them early, you address them, and continue on. By not addressing these things at the time they became apparent, you run the risk of small problems becoming big problems, becoming the kind of situations that we have now, where we're basically a bankrupted general account and everything we're going to have to do in the coming year to get on top of that and repay the loans. So that was the big part of my concern, is that there's something about Mayor Watterson's performance that I have missed. And so my purpose in this is to have Councilman Lawton explain to the townspeople of the city people, the city folk of Tenino, what he means by these. Because if these are true, the council needs to address that. There are two functions, basic functions of a city council member in the state of Washington. One is setting policy for the city, and the other is providing oversight for the administration of the city. And this falls squarely on the oversight of the mayor and how he's doing his job. In the coming year, this next year, I believe that we will have the opportunity, indeed the need, to review city policies. The first year that I took office, that Mayor Watterson took office, was pretty much the revelation that the city had been running deficits, that we were over $1 million in debt through illegal spending, and all the audits that we went through to catch up and bring things and understand where we actually were. And nobody actually knew. When excuse me, Mayor Fournier left office, there was no indication that the city was in the kind of financial distress that we discovered. That was the first year, just figuring out what was going on. The second year, we've had Mayor Watterson go through and put the house in order. We've had the information from Clerk Treasurer Reddick that our books are straight. It took a year to do that. It's to his credit that he was able to recruit Nancy Reddick. Actually, he's done a wonderful job basically get us to the point where the books are balanced every month. Our books are honest and transparent, and the information is freely available to any citizen who wishes to have a look at how the city does things. So just going through these, Councilman Lawton, please, we need to know. We need to know what information it is that causes you to say this.
Jeff, I'm not going to get up here 5 weeks later and answer to your BS. You've had 5 weeks to talk about this, and it's very noble of you to get up here and come to Mayor Watterson's defense, but I stand by that letter, and I'm always going to stand by that letter. And Dave knows how I feel about it, about him too. We had a meeting after the council meeting, and I still haven't changed on it.
I'm actually not coming to the mayor's defense. I'm coming to your defense, sir.
I don't need a defense.
You've had 4 weeks to present this information.
There's people that have reached out to me and asked me questions, so I'm not going to get up here and answer to you, Jeff.
You're not answering to me, Councilman
Okay.
Lawton. You're answering.
I'm going to go back and forth with you on this.
You're answering to the citizens of Tenino. You've made charges about how the city is being run. It is your responsibility under the law to provide the information to the council when you know it.
All right, now you're the police. Quote the law.
I am actually a council member also, and I have a responsibility when I see this, when I have not the general public making comments about the mayor, but another elected official with specific charges. This is it's black and white. You have issues with what he's saying, and they have to do with his performance in office. So let's hear what prompted you and why it's taken you so long to actually bring this to the council's attention, not to the council directly, but through the public media.
I already told you I'm not answering to you.
Mr. Mayor,
Okay, yep, I'm gonna,
are you
Go ahead.
going to put an end to this?
yeah.
Thank you.
If he's not gonna answer, Jeff, do you have anything additional to wrap things up?
I do. At this time, does anyone on the council have any evidence that they can give regarding dysfunction by the mayor.
What, you know, Jeff, this is all really, why don't we wait until January and then we'll go over the policy of the mayor and what his duties are and the council members instead of hashing it out and wanting people to make statements tonight, seriously.
Anybody have any experience of lack of transparency on the council by the mayor? Or process?
I'll let him finish it.
Disrespect of the council or the employees? Lack of leadership? Any examples? Because at this point, it sure sounds like there actually is no evidence. And this was published in a paper of record. And I think, sir, you put yourself in legal jeopardy under libel laws. If you're not able to actually come up with any evidence that supports this, do you have anything at all?
He already said he wasn't going to speak to it, so.
All right, then I'll make a final statement. At this point, sorry, people of Tenino, I can't make Mr. Lawton answer. But I'm really disappointed that if this is true, that it took a letter to the editor to reveal this, because the people of Tenino deserve an open government. They haven't had that. We've had problems with mayors and information being hidden, and it is my goal, my belief, that we need to have a transparent government. And if any council member has an issue with the mayor, it needs to be brought up at the time. And you can go to him privately and express your concerns. And if there's no resolution, then it needs to come to the council. That is our job, people. And that's our job to answer that to the public, to the citizens and the taxpayers of Tenino. Thank you.
Thank you. That was for discussion only, so we'll move on to the next item under new business is cancellation of the 12/23 meeting. We've discussed this in the past, but we need to have a vote on.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to cancel the regular meeting of 12/23 for the Tenino City Council for December. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. The next thing is resolution. We have resolution 2025-08. We had previously approved an interfund loan in 2024. This resolution will replace that in a lesser amount. Is there?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve ordinance 2025-08 interfund loan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the motion passes. Ordinance, we have ordinance number 937. This is a budget amendment moving money from our general fund to the quarry pool fund and the city street fund to end our year with all positive balances.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the interfund loan, ordinance 937. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. We have public comment number 2. Anybody want to speak? Announcements. I would like to start out today. This is the last meeting for long-term serving council members. John O'Callahan, how many years? I know it's
6 terms.
6 terms.
Not
Is that-
counting all the other things I've done.
Yeah, and so it's going to be a loss for our community. He's got a lot of institutional knowledge that we will miss. But I can say, as myself, and I believe the city as a whole, we will miss your presence, and I hope you stay informed and give us advice when you hear us, if you think we're going down the wrong road or need any direction. So I wish the best of luck to you in whatever you choose to do, moving on from here. And thanks from us all for what you've done.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
Very
John.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, John.
Anybody else want to say anything?
I want to thank Jason for his time
Yeah.
on this is what, 2 terms? 2 terms on the council. Thank you very much, Jason.
And I know it's sometimes you feel like it's a thankless job, and other times you feel like you've really accomplished something, so we do appreciate, even though I know we haven't always agreed on things, I appreciate your service to the community, and very much. Any other announcements?
Nope.
Saturday, museum, baby kitties.
Yeah.
Anything else?
What time does it start?
Okay. We have one.
One more?
Sorry, this is probably not the appropriate time, but I forgot earlier, when we canceled the second meeting for this month, we need council members to be aware that they should expect to be contacted sometime near the end of the month. We still have to
Sign vouchers.
sign vouchers, and we have 2 more payrolls for the year, so need
We
to
have 3
approve that.
payrolls this period because of the January payroll.
So
Falls into fun time.
so we're gonna have 2 more sets of vouchers then? No?
Should just have,
One
just have
se-
one more for December.
No, because normally the January 5th payroll is
Yeah.
for the end of December. We want to pay it in this year, so the expenses are in the appropriate year. Yes. So what we spoke about is we're going to need approval for the 2 payrolls. And then only vouchers as necessary will be paid. So only anything that's absolutely due in the month of December to be paid. And so we'll maybe try and do them weekly, or, depending on what we have stacked up that needs to be paid. And we'll need at least 3 signatures. So we'll contact everybody, and whoever can make it in can sign on it. Is that all right? Is anybody going to be out of the area for the holidays this year? Anybody? No? Okay.
Should be good. Thank you for reminding us of that. Hearing no other announcements, we are adjourned.